Now, let me walk you through the configuration of forward and reverse operation of induction motor. I don't have this function of motor spinning. The other software does not spin, but this one will spin. So you see how the direction of rotation will go forward and backward. Now, let me just illustrate it here, then go back to our design software. Now, for you to change the direction operation of induction motor, the principle is this, very simple. Listen very carefully. The connection, this is K1, this is K2. The connection is that you will take your phase sequence of line 1, line 2 and supply to contactor 1. You now loop that same line 1 to line 1 here, line 2 to line 2 here, line 3 to line 3. Now, at the output of the contactor, you now revise any of the two phases. Any one, line 1, line 2, line 3, just interchange any two. Now, watch, just take a look at this. You see that this one go the right sequence, but when you come to the opposite, this one supposed to be line 1, you go to line 3. Line 2 go to line 2. This is line 3, you go to line 1. So you swap any two phases. It's always a good practice for you to swap at the output side instead of the input side. Both of them, you can also swap the two phases here and do this one the right way. Any of them is okay, but it's always advisable, it's always a very good practice for you to swap under at the output side. The advantage is that in an enclosure like a control panel, like we did in our previous exercise, discover that we design the panel to carry two different motors, right? So similarly, if you have such situation in one enclosure, and it happens that one of the design is forward and reverse operation and the another one is direct online, not forward and reverse. If you now revise this, during your distribution of the panel layout, you might decide to loop from contactor to contactor, from contactor to contactor, because you have two. So if you do that now, the second design that is controlling another motor is going to run opposite way because you have revised this particular incomer. So you don't have to revise here because any other power is you extend this supply to will run on that same revised direction. That is always the case of disadvantage if you revise from the incomer. So always revise from the outgoing. All right, so let's now practice that. I put on this, watch this one. Let me simulate. This, look at this notch. Monitor the direction of this notch. I start this, it's going clockwise. I stop it. Let me start the second operation. Look at it going opposite way. Then you notice that this contactor close to give me counterclock operation. Then watch this one close this time to give me clockwise operation. So just take a look at this. Forget about this design. We are going to take care of this in our subsequent practice. So I just want to illustrate how you can configure an induction motor to offer two rotation of direction. All right, so let's go back to our design software.